This is It Was a Thing on TV.
Spoiler number one is Dr. Lee frowns. It stinks.
What is going on? What is going on?
Episode 120, Submission 388B, The Video Game Show, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Well, we've covered some of the worst TV-based video games, and so, you know what? We decided we're going to cover some more crappy TV show-based video games on this podcast for you.
Oh yeah, these we thought we had creamed the cream of the crap last time. Wrong.
Oh no, we actually just barely scratched the surface.
Some of the games you're about to hear about are really bad, and some of them are just, holy crap, that was made into a video game? You'll see what we mean as we go on.
Who wants to go first?
Greg, you always have so many good ideas. Why don't you go first?
Okay, well, the first game I want to cover is Darkwing Duck on the TurboGrafx 16. Yeah.
Darkwing Duck was on the TurboGrafx 16. All I remember is the NES version. Do tell.
Yes, it is. It was on the TurboGrafx 16. It was made in 1992, and this was probably an obscure TurboGrafx 16 game, because what was the peak of the TurboGrafx? Like, what, 89, 90, 91?
91.
Yeah.
I'd say even earlier than that, maybe, but yeah, it was in the late 80s, early 90s. It was definitely before 1992.
Yeah, it was, and at this time, the TurboGrafx, they were the company that was producing at the time, which was TTI, which stood for Turbo Technologies Incorporated, I think. They were coming out with stuff like the Turbo Duo, which was like the TurboGrafx and the TurboGrafx CD unit all in one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I remember the Turbo Duo, the TurboGrafx 16, the CD. I remember the Turbo Express.
Yeah.
I remember that. Those are all things that'll be covered on It Was a Thing in the Home Arcade.
Yeah. Okay, so the plot of this game. Okay, Steel Beak has gathered some of the most devious criminals in St. Bernard to help him take over the city. They are planning on building the ultimate crime weapon. The only clue that you have to their plan are pictures of the criminals looking at the stolen paintings. Jay Gander Hooter and the rest of Shush need Darkwing's help in bringing the criminals to justice. The objective of the game is to collect 12 puzzle pieces in the first 3 levels, 11 in the level, and 1 by beating the boss. You must then solve a moving puzzle and then go after Steelbeak. So the way this works is it's kind of like Mega Man style, where you can like pick and choose which villain you want to go after. So you have Tuscanini, Molardi, Megavolt, and then finally you get to Steelbeak at the end. So, yeah, this game is like terrible because it has like platforms that you just are like impossible to reach, and the hit detection is like terrible, and the enemies like respawn at a rapid rate. It's just, it's just so terrible to navigate and get through. And it's like you can just easily die in this game. It's just so ridiculous. And not to mention, the funny part of this game, if you've ever seen the Angry Video Game Nerds review of this game, like if you are idle for like, I don't know, like a minute or so, an anvil will randomly fall out of the sky and kill you.
That's random.
Yes! But yeah, this game is very... I'll give this game some credit. I do like the fact that it has like the Mega Man style, where it's like a non-linear progression of the game, but no. It's not the NES version, which was featured in the Disney Afternoon collection that came out on PS4 and Xbox One a couple of years ago.
By the way, Capcom does phenomenal versions of the Disney Afternoon video games. Just phenomenal.
Yeah, and
those are the games you should be playing.
Yeah, this explains why this game was so terrible. It wasn't made by Capcom.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, DuckTales Remastered, DuckTales Reloaded, that's available for most of the consoles right now. Pick that one up. That's a really good play.
Yeah, because that was delisted a while back on PS3, Xbox Live, and Steam. But now those are all back up again, I believe.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Good. It's good to spend your Cyberpunk refund money on.
Oh yeah, this dates this show a lot.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have an interesting game based on a cartoon series. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Double Dragon 5: The Shadow Falls. Now, you're probably wondering, wait a minute, Double Dragon 5? There were 5 games based on? No. There were 4 games in the original series that was developed by Technos Japan and published in the US by Trade West, which is now Midway, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, weren't some of those games also for the NES published by Acclaim?
Yes. Double Dragon 2 and Double Dragon 3 were published by Acclaim.
I know this because every time I watch WWF television on USA, whenever Lord Alfred Hayes would do the promotional consideration, he'd do Double Dragon 3, one of the high-flying action here on the NES. Go through multiple levels from Acclaim.
Yep. And then Trade West got the license back for Double Dragon, or for Super Double Dragon for the Super NES. And then around, I want to say 1994, I'm sorry. 1994, they develop a sort of a Saturday morning syndicated cartoon based on Double Dragon, and it was incredible. I mean, this was just awesome. It sort of built on the mythos of the video games with the Lee brothers, Billy on the side of good, Jimmy having to be coerced to the side of good after being Shadow Boss in Double Dragon 1. In case you haven't played Double Dragon 1. And if you haven't played Double Dragon 1, what's wrong with you? So that brings us to Double Dragon 5, The Shadow Falls. A mediocre game based on a really good TV show, which is based on a really good video game. Double Dragon 5 is, instead of being the beat-em-up that the first 4 Double Dragon games were, it was a Street Fighter 2 clone using the characters from the TV show. You had Billy Lee and Jimmy Lee, and the rest of the roster is basically big bads of the week. And again, and SNES Drunk reviewed this on YouTube, he torched it. Absolutely torched it. Now the video game media, they basically gave the game mixed reviews because they liked the fact that it was easy to pick up in the age of Street Fighter 2 clones, and they liked the character sprites. But then it came out for the because it was on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis first. Then it came out on the Jaguar, and it looked exactly the same. It was supposed to be a step up, and it looked exactly the same.
Oh.
And it played exactly the same. And what can I say except they tried to market they marketed this big time, and I'll tell you right now, you could tell that Technos Japan did not have anything to do with this. That's why it only came out in Japan on the Jaguar after the American and European releases. Technos Technos made their own version a fifth Double Dragon series or fifth Double Dragon for it would be actually based on the movie starring Scott Wolf and Mark the Chairman Dacascos.
Oh, yeah. That
And
movie.
Yeah, that's gonna be on the movie video game show.
Oh, yeah. And also, you know who play newsmen in the Double Dragon movie? News anchors in the Double Dragon movie?
Who?
You know? Okay. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
George Hamilton and Vanna White.
What?
Ah.
I'm not even kidding. Wouldn't that be great, though?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Surely Mike couldn't possibly top this.
I probably can't, but I'm going to try. We could actually probably include most, if not all, versions of this game or of this TV show's adaptation. But I'm going to focus really on the first adaptation of it, which was back in 1990. GameTech released the first video game version of The Price is Right. We could also include in this the Ludia versions for like the DS and the Wii, and I think there was at least another console or two that it was on
360.
It was on 360, but we're going to focus on the PC version. Well, it's PC and also Commodore 64. And I'm surprised that they actually even made Commodore 64 games as late as 1990. I thought that was sort of on the way out at the time.
Well, Commodore 64 was very big overseas.
Oh yeah.
And Price is Right is big overseas too. But, this game, boy, where should we start? They did have a decent selection of games. They had 17 games, which, again, remember for being on a floppy disk, 1.44 megs, to get 17 games on there with graphics and stuff like that is pretty amazing. And they had a lot of contemporary games from the day, like Bump, which, you're not going to see Bump nowadays because we can't do the Bump. They had Card Game. They had Credit Card, since retired, Danger Price, Dice Game, The Grocery Game, Hit Me, which has also since been retired, Pathfinder, Plinko, Range Game, Safe Crackers, but it was just called Safe Cracker, not Safe Crackers, and that's the least of their issues. Secret X and Take Two. Now, there are some games I didn't mention because they weren't given their true names. Now, I said Safe Cracker instead of Safe Crackers, but there was a game called Correct Price, and that was just one right price. They called it Correct Price. And there was a game called Golf. Boy, I wonder what game Golf is supposed to represent. Hole in One. Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a game called Mountain Climber. Boy, I wonder what game involves a mountain climber. And Pathfinder, and then, as I said earlier, Pathfinder, albeit spelled Path and Finder, two separate words. I think it's one word on the show. And then they had Race Game, but they called it Pull the Lever. So already we're off to a really bad start. Not using the proper names for, let's say, about quarter to a third of their games. But that's like the least of the problems once you start playing the games. You could literally get anything at any time. For example, you might be playing the Pull the Lever game, the race game, for a grocery item and a small prize and a bigger prize, a 3-digit prize, and then a car. Boy, I wonder if that car is $8,000 or $75. I'm really stumped. But on top of that, they would have some of the games which are normally, let's say, played for prizes worth $1,000 or $2,000. They might play it for cans of soup or a package of floppy disks or something. It didn't necessarily make sense. Very bizarre and very random. I mean, you might be playing for the golf game, the hole-in-one game, for a can of SpaghettiOs, when maybe a can of SpaghettiOs is one of the items that's being played for in the golf game. It's feasible. I don't remember ever seeing that happen, but the main idea is that you wouldn't be playing for the prize that's what you'd be playing for on the show. You wouldn't be playing a car game for a car. You might be playing a car game for a remote control car, or you might be playing a car game for, again, a grocery item or a small prize or a dishwasher. You might be playing dice game, a 4-digit game, and at that time it would have expanded to 5 digits because most cars back then would have been in the $10,000 range, and definitely more than 6,666. So you'd play dice game for a toaster. You'd play, I mean, there was no rhyme or reason to what prize you're playing for. But even worse, there were times when you'd play a game like One Right Price for 2 prizes, and the prizes shared the same price.
Oh. So,
and actually, there is an example. If you do a little bit of searching on the internet, there's a web page, oddly enough, done by former Price is Right employee Scott Robinson. Hey, Scott, where he sort of poked holes at this and poked fun at it because he was playing One Right Price, and he was playing for, I forget what exactly. I think maybe it was like diskettes and maybe some costume jewelry. It wasn't a diamond ring or anything, but both items had the price of $19, and the One Right Price was $19. And to make it weirder, he lost that game.
What?
He played One Right Price. Both prizes had the same price, yet somehow, some way, he lost. I wish I was joking. And pull the lever race game is the same way. You could have 2 of the same price, and you have to have the proper right price on that item. Otherwise, the other $19 is not going to work. You got to do this $19. It is bizarre as all get out. It's very flawed. But again, that's really the least of the worries. Also, they couldn't use name brands, so they used fake versions of them. And there are some really bad versions of brand names in this game. Like instead of Emerson, they used Emmer Daughter.
Oh boy.
I wish I was joking. It was that type of game. But also the Showcase Showdown was called Spin the Wheel. It wasn't called Showcase Showdown. It was Spin the Wheel. And the showcases, they were called the Final Showcase Challenge. Again, don't ask. And the thing is that the oddball items from that I mentioned earlier, where you might be playing for a pack of gum or a toaster or a can opener, that actually carried over to the Final Showcase Challenge, where your showcase may end up being like a recliner and a can of soup and a hockey puck, or well, maybe not a hockey puck, but 3 items you would never see on a showcase on Price is Right. No trips, no cars, no furniture. Well, obviously there's a recliner, but they're not giving you like a room of furniture. They're giving they want you to bid on a $500 recliner, and a $1 can of soup, and a $10 can opener. And it follows the same rules. So seriously, you might have your opponent might be playing for, let's say, a car and a trip and a jukebox, while you may be playing for this recliner and the can of soup and the can opener. So the same rules apply. So yeah, they may be like $1,000 or $2,000 away from the actual retail price. Meanwhile, you've got this recliner and the cans of soup, and you might bid, $500, and you won both showcases. Or well, actually, I don't think you can win both showcases on this, but you win because you're only $11 away. Like, that's really fair. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I will give them credit though. Plinko at least plays realistically in terms of random left and right movement, but just it was an adaptation I liked at the time, but it did not age that well, and you can find it. I believe it's actually on archive.org.
Okay, so I found a YouTube video of the Price is Right DOS game, so let me play it right now. Oh my god, that is so loud! Oh my god! Oh, yeah, I'm gonna turn it down. Oh, that is... Oh my god, I thought my ears were gonna bleed after hearing that. Okay, press P for instructions. Do you want sound? No, you should have pressed no. You don't want sound at all. Type name. Joe?
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe. You have like the fat guy, you have this piss guy, you have this Bill, you picked the Bill Murray looking guy. What is the price of this programmable microwave of memory from Cap'n?
From Cap'n. Not Tappin', Cap'n.
Cap'n. He bid $144.
And 140 Ben, you are the winner.
Do you want someone to play for the computer? Yes. Popsy!
Popsy, Farina, Wave, and Farina.
Pencils.
And what pencils from Rido?
Oh, he picked two with the thing, and he lost.
Obviously, they were playing the $6.75 to $7 rules.
Oh, here's the microwave from Samsung. 100. He bid 100. Okay. Yeah, he won 235. He's playing credit card. Plastic toy grow from Kumart. A 4x4 truck.
Fully loaded truck from Toyota.
A one-position cloth recliner from Rears.
And a vacuum cleaner from Hover.
Okay, all right, 39.
Pick the globe! Pick the globe!
Yeah, he picked the globe! Because he sure as hell wasn't going to pick the car.
Now, did you see the price differentials there? You had a $9 item and a $20,000 item.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So this deluxe slut from Encyclopedia Britannia. Okay, range game. Six silk neckties from Lucci.
I bet only losers wear those.
Oh yeah, $115. He basically had to stop it right. Oh Jesus. Okay.
Spin the wheel.
All right.
Spinning wheel.
And it stops at...
You win!
70.
70 cents.
Joe, spin the wheel. Go ahead and spin it. He turned it all the way up.
Somebody should probably tell the Egg of the Restless we're not going to air on time.
Oh, you gotta get... No, he went past. 30. Stop! What the hell? Stop, damn it.
This will stop eventually.
Oh, he got
95 cents.
He's going to stop. And then Eileen's got 80 cents. She's going to spin again. And oh, yeah, she's definitely lost.
Yeah,
she gets 15. Oh, she got $1. She's over. All right.
Bizarro.
Bizarre. He named a character. Oh, what's the price of this lever?
From Simmons.
$500. Oh my! It was $12.36. Oh, here's the best part: Plinko. The only reason to play a game.
You want a puck?
Oh, what's the price of the Nintendo?
The Zappin. The
The
Super dishwasher
Zappin.
from Zappin.
Okay. Huck. 500. You got another 500. Oh, she got 100, and now the last.
Come on.
She got $5,000.
You just won 6,100 playing Plinko on The Price is Right.
Okay, correct price. Oh, he picked the wrong silver earrings. All right, that's the last one. The super deluxe remote control car from Ace.
I didn't know Ace sold super remote control cars.
Oh, here's Mountain
Climber,
which is Mountain Climber, as Mike said. Oh, the price is like $78 off by 78. The whole look at this
from Sego.
Oh, $200. He's only off by one. It looks like the goat is doing some weird things behind him.
Ew!
Oh, he was only off. He got it exactly on the nose. He won.
From Wilton.
No! The real price is $0.
Really? Oh, that's not even right. That's not even right.
All right, Showcase Showdown.
Okay,
so you got 10 cents. Second one is. Is she gonna get $1? Oh, she got $1. Exactly. I don't even know if she gets the bonus spin. 90. Ken spin again. He's over.
Oh, bye.
Bizarro. Let's see how Bizarro does. 40 cents. And then he gets 70. No, Leslie won.
And she
didn't get a bonus spin.
Well, it's a computer player. Nobody wants to see how the computer player gets the bonus spin.
I don't want to.
Okay, the showcase. Let's see what it is. A riding mower from Kumort. And then we have this double density disc from Ace. And then the second is a 4-wheel drive truck from Nissan. What's Joe's bid? Joe's bid's going to be $10,000. Now it's Leslie's turn. Leslie does not look happy. An AM/FM clock from Pony.
From Rebel.
And a 512K computer with 2 drives from, what is it? From
ICBM.
Oh, man. You don't want
By the way, that just seems explosive.
Oh, Leslie overbid by 1953. Joe was off by 42.64. So he's the grand prize winner.
Huh?
Congrats, Joe. Congrats.
Good job, Joe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that game is bad.
Oh God, that's terrible. That's terrible.
And that music made me want to. Oh my God, my ears hurt from listening to that.
Don't play it, please. I'm telling you this as a friend. Don't play it. It's absolutely horrible. One more thing I want to add regarding some of the pricing games, like for example, if we're talking about a game like Plinko, they would ask you, okay, what's the right price of this item? Is it $15 or $25? So it isn't, is this the first number or is this the last number or whatnot? And I'm not even joking. There are some times in the game where the two different prices they give you vary by $1. Is this $15 or is this $16?
Is this real life?
What is that? I mean, that's a joke. Avoid at all costs. And really, and this may be on the third installment of the video game show, if we ever do one, the Ludia games are pretty bad in their own right. But with that, I'm going to throw it to Chico, and he's got another game he wants to talk about.
Okay. You notice my background, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The evil owner of the roller games. I shouldn't say evil. I should say angry and evil. The angry and evil owner of the roller games. Now, when you put roller games to a video game, you have an expectation. The expectation is roller derby as a video game.
And it's been
But
done well.
it has been done exceptionally well, both as an arcade game and as a pinball machine. You played the pinball for roller games, right?
I played it in Vinpin MAME.
Right.
Oh, I almost bought it like 4 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and with any luck, hopefully Zen Studios adapts it for Pinball FX3.
Yeah, well, the arcade game is incredibly faithful to the franchise. The pinball game is a great homage. The NES version is neither of these things.
Yeah, because it's not even about roller games.
The NES version is Double Dragon on roller skates. And I even have the description here. The NES version is a side-scrolling platform game that employs the likenesses of people used in the television show, but has nothing to do with the sport itself. Instead, a mysterious, anonymous alien enemy assists the three teams of the Eastern Empire, the Violators, Maniacs, and Bad Attitude, and their managers, Skull, John Guru Drew, and Ms. Georgia Haas.
Oh, Georgia Haas.
In a plot to sabotage the sport and hold Bill Griffiths hostage. The game begins with announcers Chuck Underwood and David Sams commenting about the commissioner, Griffiths, being taken hostage by the three rough teams and he can only be rescued by the Western Alliance, T-Birds, Hot Flash, and Rockers. So you can play as Robert Icebox Smith of the T-Birds, Mickey Sly Fox McEwen of Hot Flash, and Mike the California Kid Flanagan. But yeah, it's basically a beat 'em up, and it culminates in a boss fight with Ms. Georgia Haas, Guru Drew, or Skull. And if you beat it, first of all, you're a better gamer than I am, and second of all, you get a congratulatory message from Wally George. All of this will make sense when we actually cover roller games next year.
Yes, sometime in May next year. And if you've been watching roller games on Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports 2, which they've shown plenty of episodes when the pandemic first started, oh my goodness.
Oh, they just showed a couple of episodes within the last couple of days as we're recording this. So it wasn't just during the beginning of the pandemic; it's still going on now.
On FS1?
On FS1, I believe. Yes.
Okay, I haven't checked FS1 in a while.
Neither have I.
Since sports
Why,
came back.
why would I watch?
Oh yeah, well, why would I watch FS1 in general? I don't want to watch friggin' Skip Bayless and Clay Travis and all those other clowns on that channel.
It's like, I don't want to watch a bunch of people. You know what? FS1 was not the same when Jay and Dan left.
Yeah, when Jay and Dan left, yeah, I was like, no, that's it.
And we know that
became a louder, punchier version of ESPN. No.
And we know Levitard's going there soon enough.
No!
Well, where's he going to go outside of ESPN?
NBC.
NBC, CBS.
Maybe NBC or CBS. Valid points.
And trust me, I'd rather have him on CBS because then hopefully you'd probably replace Adam Shine, which I'd be so happy about.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on Adam Shine. He sucks.
God. Oh, God.
Okay. Now, and segueing into that, we go into ABC Monday Night Football on Super NES.
Oh, God.
Now, Mike, I believe you had a version of ABC Monday Night Football back in the day.
For the PC.
For IBM, which included, I believe, a videotape.
Yeah, the videotape was the best part, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years of Monday Night Football, which, by the way, is an entry of itself. So,
it's a very cool video, and I think it's worth more than the game itself. definitely worth seeing, and I think it is on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. So if you want to watch it, go search ABC Monday Night Football 20th Anniversary VHS tape. And also, speaking of shows that had great pinball machines, Data East, I believe, made a Monday Night Football pinball machine.
Oh yeah, Data East was for a while making really great pinball machines. I believe the Monday Night Football table came out at around the same time that the Simpsons table came out. The first Simpsons table came out.
Yeah, not the Stern one. But I also believe that pinball machine was also featured in one of the openings for Monday Night Football around 89.
That would have been before The Simpsons, but yeah, I think there was a Monday Night Football machine, maybe released around 87 or so, 87, 88. But yeah, that Monday Night Football pinball machine, as much as maybe we ranted and raved about the roller games machine, I loved the Monday Night Football machine. That was a great game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You had the ABC and Data East helmets
Yes.
colliding.
Oh yes!
Yeah, and you have Frank Gifford's, the digitized voice of Frank Gifford right there.
You know you love it.
Yeah. And then you have like Frank Gifford on the screen right there. But okay, here's the thing though. This game, no NFL license, no NFLPA license. I believe there's no NFLPA license on this game too. I
So
could be
there's-
wrong on that, but there's
well,
no license.
Yeah, by this time, the only Super Nintendo game with both an NFLPA and an NFL license would be Tecmo Super Bowl,
And
which was
Madden.
a really good. Well, it wasn't on Super Nintendo yet, but it would be.
Well, they started making Madden on Super Nintendo around 92, but they didn't actually. They had an NFLPA license, but they didn't actually get an NFL license until the 94 version.
They had to buy it off of Tecmo.
Yeah.
By the way, Tecmo Super Bowl, for my money, is still the superior football game on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but okay.
Don't at me.
Okay, but if you watch right here, and I'm sharing the screen with the gameplay, watch. All right. There. Look at that. He just takes a dive right there. It's like the players are like hard to control. They're hard to navigate. And then watch. Whenever you hit somebody, look at that.
Oh, he just went flying.
He goes flying. When you tackle him from the front, he's like, ooh, like he's got shot or something. And also, for some reason, there's a Gatorade. They had like,
Hey, all of this ABC goodness is not free.
no, they got product placement in this game for Gatorade. They have like a Gatorade logo in the middle of the field.
But remember, this was not product placement in a video game was not a common thing. I mean, in the early 90s, I could only think of two games that had product placement, and that would be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, with the Pizza Hut license, or the Pizza Hut logo all over the place, and Super Off-Road for the Super Nintendo, with the enhanced track pack, and Toyota music all over the place.
For one instance I can remember is Magic Johnson's Fast Break for NES had Pepsi.
Ah.
Because Magic Johnson was sponsored by Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it's very, there's like these weird ass Tecmo-ish cutscenes where like you're trying to throw a ball and it's like you're trying to outpower like a defender or someone's trying to tackle you. So it becomes like a quick button mashing thing.
Yeah.
And it's like
it looks like something straight out of NFL films, except not really.
Yeah. I guess you can see what they were trying to do. They were kind of like inspired by Tecmo.
They were trying to turn they were trying to make the ultimate football simulation, including cutscenes.
Yeah. And then look at this animation of the fans.
They're jumping. You can tell they're excited because they're jumping.
It's
Yes.
3 frames of jumping.
3 flames of jumping.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's 3 more. Hey, that's still 3 more frames that Al Michaels got.
Now, I think Al Michaels got 2 frames. Or rather, Frank Gifford, he got 2 frames.
Yeah. And then also at the end of the game, it's like, as something realistic, if you're playing regular season mode, you have like stats of like all the other games, like quick scores that Frank Gifford gives. And like, look at this one screen on the score right here. Like
60
this.
to 41.
Yep. I'm sure that's a scoregami.
That's a scoregami, you better believe it.
Scorigami, take a drink. No.
Yeah. But also,
Wait, Anaheim had a team?
well, no, because this is, as I said, because this is not licensed by the NFL. You have instead
No, I
of,
get that, but
so instead of the Jets are New York in this game. The Giants are in New Jersey. So it also for the Raiders, they're Los Angeles, and the Rams are Anaheim. Because remember, the Rams around this time were playing in the Big A.
Yep.
yeah,
Before-
good point.
Yep. But I mean, come on. If you wanted to play a Super Nintendo football game, you had better options. You had Madden, you had Tecmo Super Bowl, and also, I'm going to say this right now, pretty underrated football game. It's a Madden clone, but it's pretty good. Sterling Sharp had his own football game for the Super Nintendo from Jalico called Sterling Sharp End to End. I have the game, as a matter of fact, right here. I recently got this for like $20. If you can find this game somewhere, I highly recommend this because this is a fun Madden clone.
Yeah, if it's anything like Bases Loaded, isn't that just Sterling Sharp name, image, and likeness on a Japanese version of the game?
Something like that. It's kind of like how Ryan Sandberg's on Super Bases Loaded.
Yeah. Super Japan Pro Baseball or something like that.
Okay, so since Monday Night Football did not have an NFL license, they had to make do with some weird artistic license for the helmets, and we're looking at them right now. And, these are... I have to say, there are only like 3 teams that are accurate. Those are the Jets, hold on a second. Now, I said that the Raiders in this game were LA and the Rams were Anaheim because naturally...
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, for some reason, they made the Raiders Anaheim and the Rams LA.
Yeah. And, I'm looking at some of the... Okay, I'm looking at some of the, oh, jeez. I'm looking at some of these helmets here. The Dallas helmet.
Is a dollar bill sign.
It's a dollar bill sign in cowboy blue, obviously.
Is that supposed to be an inside dig on Jerry
I
Jones?
was just about to say, yeah, that strikes me as the kind of inside dig that it seems way too clever for anybody outside of the NFL fandom to get, and yet...
The San Francisco logo looks like the logo for Motorola.
The San Francisco... Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, the New Orleans logo. They got the colors right, at least.
Yeah.
And the Tampa Bay, you can kind of see where they were going for the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
But they did, instead of creamsicle color, they did green.
The Washington logo is, instead of a, well, politically incorrect term, we have an eagle on the helmet, which I guess makes sense because it's Washington, but their biggest rival is the Eagles. So why would you put an eagle on the helmet?
Because it's America. I mean, the eagle represents America. DC is the capital.
I
Yeah.
get that, but still, I mean... Oh, and for Buffalo, you have wings. Because get it?
Mm-hmm. Buffalo wings.
Yeah.
I love wings.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
wings.
I love wings because you know what? Made Tony Shalhoub's career. But yeah, if you're gonna judge logos that are at least accurate, I would say probably the 2 that are closest to their most accurate counterparts at the time are probably the Jets and the Raiders.
Yep.
Because the NY is similar to the Jets logo with the wing they had up until like 97, 98. And the Anaheim logo is a pirate flag, which I guess kind of is sort of like...
Yeah, and also, if you want to, if you want to count, like, real subtleties, you can throw Dallas into the mix.
I'd even also add the Rams, because the colors are very accurate. Yeah, it's not the ram horn helmet, but the colors are spot on.
And the Falcons, probably.
Especially in 90s Falcons, yes.
90s Falcons. Oh, and I love the fact that instead of AFC and NFC, we have AC and NC as the conferences.
Yeah.
I bet you AC Slater was a big fan of the AC conference.
And I bet you North Carolina was a big fan of the NC conference.
Oh, yeah. Bet you, like, that's probably why they gave Carolina a team in the NC conference. Because get it, the Carolina Panthers didn't exist when this game came out.
Yeah, I think we get that.
Now, wait, hold on. I'm taking a look at these a little bit deeper. Is Denver's mascot or the logo, is it a snowman?
It is a snowman.
Oh, come the heck on. Oh my
Denver's
gosh.
why is it a giant wave for Kansas City?
I don't know, because
it looks like a giant wave. At least the New England franchise, they got the shape right.
Sort of.
What the heck is that? It looks like a bug.
It's supposed to be the guy, the guy.
The Patriot.
The Patriot guy.
The old logo back in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, that looks nothing like a guy. It looks like a bug. Okay, Mike, I got a question. Are you a fan of the makeshift helmet they have for Cleveland?
I can't even make what that is supposed to be on there.
Let me take a look at it here. No, I can't look. Is
it an elephant?
It looks like a knight of some sort.
I don't know. I think it's an elephant.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. You know who's not an elephant, guys?
Who's not an elephant?
Max Rebo.
Jabba the Hutt's hottest singer was blown to smithereens, but his rock and roll will never die. Presenting Max Rebo's greatest hits, including Why Do I Look Like an Elephant? Ooh, I have an average memory. And his Grammy Award-winning single, I Already Told You I'm Not an Elephant. And his famous duet with NSYNC's Joey Fatone. Neither of us is an elephant.
Yeah, because we already know that he's not an elephant, as he sung with Joey Fatone, as you just heard. But yeah, these logos, they make no sense.
They make absolutely no sense.
Well, at least
except for Dallas.
Wait.
Except for Dallas.
Hold on. A few do. Dallas, yes. Washington, I made the case earlier. San Francisco is the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh,
and I
okay.
think that's clever how... Yeah, didn't you?
I thought that was the.
I
thought that was the Motorola logo.
No, that's the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, and I noticed Philadelphia has a bell.
Oh,
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's making more sense as we talk it out. But again, like I said, the LA Rams, the color scheme makes sense.
I got an issue here. Chicago has wind because it's the Windy City, but Chico, we already know from the Punky Brewster NLCS episode that that's a lie.
Yeah, the windiest city is not Chicago.
It's Great Falls, Montana.
Oh, look! If you look at the Detroit logo, it's a wheel!
It is?
It's a wheel!
That's a wheel. Yeah, that's a wheel. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, because Motor City.
And San Diego, it looks like it's like Thor's hammer with lightning or something, which would be good for the Chargers. So, yeah, some of these make sense. I still don't know what's going on with the Cleveland logo. But others, yeah, just don't make a lick of sense at all.
Phoenix has a lightning bolt.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Or maybe it's a coyote. I don't know. I'm not sure.
It looks like a lightning bolt to me.
Yeah, it looks like a lightning bolt to me too, dude.
The Monday Night Football game. Hey, Data East, you tried.
You got a trophy for trying. Okay, Mike?
Oh, it's my turn again. Okay.
Yeah, it's your turn again.
Well, this time I actually am going to talk about a game that, believe it or not, the show it's based on is a future entry. Now that's kind of well. Roller Games is a future entry, but also, how many times do we actually get a video game or game adaptation of a show that is short-lived?
Never.
Not very often.
Unless you count that one time somebody tried to make a video game based on the master.
Okay, right.
By the way, I'm putting that. By the way, if that isn't on the list already, I'm going to put it there.
All right. While you do that, I'm going to talk about, again, future installment, but also video game, Family Dog.
Oh,
Ooh, I remember this.
Yes, there was an SNES version of Family Dog, or an SNES game based on Family Dog, which, man, I'm like having PTSD right now, because the last time I played it, I had no idea what was going on. And even after watching a video before we started recording the show, I still really don't have an idea as to what's going on. It was a platformer of sorts, and it was a simulation kind of sort of a life in a, I don't want to say in a dog's eyes, but it was like a platformer where the dog just lived a day in the life. He got treats, fetched balls, and like I said, when I originally played this, I couldn't make heads or tails out of it. It does, and I do have it for the SNES. I actually found a copy of the game a couple of years ago, and and I actually paid hard-earned money for it. This was developed by Absolute Entertainment. Yes, Absolute Entertainment. You heard me. And it is published by Malibu Games. Yes, that Malibu Games. So you knew it was coming from a great organization. It wasn't coming from Acclaim, and it wasn't coming from one of the big houses. It wasn't an EA game, a non-EA sports game. It was coming from Malibu Games, but it was still good enough to get the Nintendo seal of approval.
Malibu Games, I bet no relation to Malibu Comics.
No, and I bet you no relation to Malibu, who was on the first season of American Gladiators.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll talk about him later. It was supposed to be, as I said earlier, like a day in the life of a dog. It's almost like an interactive sort of, almost the best way I can sort of describe it is maybe like a Nintendogs, like a digital version of actually having a real dog, where you got to walk it and let it go to the bathroom and feed it and whatnot, or else it'll die. Almost like a Tamagotchi.
Oh,
But this was more, like I said, like a platformer, and there were so many things wrong with this game. First off, the control inputs, when we're talking about pressing left or right or up or down on the directional pad, or hitting one of the buttons, it didn't always register.
Whoops.
So that's kind of faulty. Yeah, that's kind of faulty right there. But then to make it worse, a little bit of, let's say, bad physics. In terms of, if you ran with a running start, you would go the same height as if you just stood there and jumped. So when you could jump, it didn't matter if you had a running start, and because obviously, if you know games like Mario, if you press the B button down and run fast and then jump, you go higher.
Yeah.
No, in this case, the dog jumps the same height, whether you have a running start or if you're just standing still. Little bit of a flaw there. And actually, if you want extra height in the game expects you to come to a full stop, hold up on the D-pad, then jump. Does that sound intuitive? No, I don't think so. Yeah, they want you to come to a full stop, hold up on the D-pad, and then jump. That makes no sense compared to like every other game where you increase your speed by hitting like a turbo button or a fast button, and then jump, and then look at that! While you're jumping, high further, you're also jumping higher. I don't get it, but that's actually like the least of my issues. Second is, again, I played the game. I couldn't get past the first level because I had no frigging idea what I was doing. But also on top of that is maybe some of the most annoying music you'll ever hear in a video game. Oh my gosh. I heard it today, and again, it brought back bad memories. But also on top of that, and there is a run-through on YouTube of Family Dog, and unless I'm totally off, that run-through may be for the entire game, and the run-through, I'm not even joking, lasted 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Video game, 15 minutes. Not a lot of meat on the potato, and obviously it was rushed because Family Dog, how long was it on the air? It was on the air for about 5 weeks, a month, and they created a video game out of it. Yeah, I mean, they were trying to cash in on a show that really wasn't all that good to begin with. But again, when we get to Family Dog, we'll talk about that further. But yeah, this video game is one, and the only reason I picked it up and the only reason I brought it on this episode is I did see it in a Blockbuster video. Again, we mentioned Blockbuster. I saw it maybe in 1994, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's the TV show that was on for like 10 episodes or 8 episodes last year. I remember like seeing it. I had heard of it, but it's like, they created a video game out of this, and it's just an absolutely horrible video game. And yeah, there are only 3 worlds in this game. There's inside the house, which is where you start, in the pound, and then in the woods. And then once you get through those boards, boom, you're done. 15 minutes on YouTube.
That was the whole game?
That was the whole game. Yeah, that's why I said I had to double check the video to make sure that it wasn't that I didn't cut it off short or something. No, they showed him at the end after he got out of the woods. The dog got out of the woods. He jumped in his in the child's hands, the child of the family, and the child in this game is ultra creepy. Number one, he looks like Chucky the doll.
Oh boy!
But also two, looking at how he acts or treats the dog sometimes, he treats him like Chucky too, probably. He doesn't treat him like a regular kid would. Man, I'm glad I got this game just for the sole reason that, this may be the shortest run show in TV history that was made into a video game, a board game, some sort of game. And actually, I'm going to take that back because there was an Identity board game, and I think Identity ran less than 10 episodes. And if it didn't run many more than 10 episodes.
Yeah.
But this is a stinker of a game. I figure it's got to be semi-rare because, who would actually buy this video game from this TV show that lasted a month? But it's out there. Like I said, I found it at a local CD and video game exchange place. So if I can find it, you can find it. But I know that we still have even more bad games to go, and Chico, I think, has another one lined up.
I do, and this isn't so much a bad game as it is a game that you look at it and you say, okay, that was a game, and it was loosely based, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
On the 1960s British spy era series, The Prisoner.
Oh, The Prisoner, a very popular cult TV show from back in the day.
very popular cult TV show from back in the day. It was actually one of the very first video game based on a TV show, which isn't really even officially sanctioned. This was just, here's a guy.
This was just some guy in his flat in England. It's like, I'm going to program a game based on The Prisoner. I mean, you could do that back then. No one cared.
Yep, and the thing about this game, it was such a mind F star K that the CIA reportedly used this game as a training tool.
What?
That's what I said. I was like, really? Really? Okay, now, because this is an unofficial version of The Prisoner, I have to be about as vague as possible here. You are an intelligence agent who has resigned from his jobs for reasons known only to himself, and you have been abducted to an isolated island community called The Village. Not the island, The Village.
Yeah, that's another movie with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm. And the village's authorities will use any means, including coercion, disorientation, deception, and frustration, to learn why the prisoner has resigned, and every character, location, and apparent escape route seems to be part of a grand scheme to trick the player into revealing a code number representing the prisoner's reason for resigning, up to, get this, up to and including a simulated system failure on the Apple II's part.
Oh my gosh!
This game was something else.
This game definitely was a mind F blank blank K. Dang.
Yep. And you don't play as number 6, you just play as number. And the thing of it is, this is perhaps the most meta game that ever came out on an Apple computer, because it makes so many references to this being a computer game that it is almost to the point of it is being meta. And the thing of it is, they actually made a sequel of this game in 1982, which replaced the top-down perspective with a first-person perspective, and improves the graphics and the colors. And of course, it wouldn't be a video game without an Easter egg or two, and this is a pretty cool one. Bill Budge, the creator of Pinball Construction Set, is name-checked in a headline that says, "Zoning Commission will not budge to allow pinball in bars." So yeah, it's like, it's not a bad game, it's just holy crap, this game existed. Yep.
That's something else.
Oh yeah.
Well, this was the Wild West of video games. You could do anything back then.
You totally could. You could do so many. You could create a Doctor Who based video game and nobody could stop you. Until, of course, the BBC gets word of it and has its lawyers send the smackdown on you.
I don't want to be messing with the BBC. Don't mess with their lawyers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, hey, Greg.
Yeah.
See if you can top that.
Well, I'm going to top that.
Oh, you're going to top this?
I'm going to top that.
All right.
I'm going to top it. Brother!
Oh, boy.
That's right, folks. I'm talking about, and we talk about future entries. I'm talking about another video game based on a future entry. Thunder in Paradise on CDI!
What?
That's right, folks. This game was released not just on the Philips CDI. It was released on MS-DOS. And obviously, this is based on the TV series with the same title, as this game is a playable version of a 2-part episode called The Major and the Minor. And video footage for the game, according to Truth by Consensus Wikipedia, was filmed at the same time as the episode itself. So the episode's plot is divided into 3 events called encounters. In the first encounter, called the Thunder Encounter, the player controls Thunder's. Oh, by the way, Thunder is the name of
Thunder's the boat.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan, Chris Levin's boat. The player controls Thunder's powerful weapons to destroy as many threats to the boat as possible. This section of the game is somewhat like the arcade shooter Paratrooper. In the second part of the game, called Island Encounter, this is very similar to other games like Mad Dog McCree, in which the player must shoot the enemies before they shoot the player. Okay, now here's the second part.
Okay, this is Thunder in Paradise, the second bit.
Yeah, we're watching the Nintendo complete playthrough on YouTube. So, yeah, because this is filmed at Disney. This show was still on Disney. This segment's obviously filmed at like Typhoon Lagoon or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see all the rocks there.
I see what is obvious. What is obviously a cue line.
Oh yeah. Ooh, ooh.
But again, this just speaks to the power and the glory of the CDI.
Oh yes.
By the way, if you haven't checked out that last installment of It Was a Thing, go back to it. You'll see what we mean.
Oh, the infomercial?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way back in episode 25, I believe. Ooh, this is such great shit. There are 2 ways to experience Thunder in Paradise. The first mode is called Interactive Television, which lets you play as the role of Zach in the show. Now, Zach in the episode is played by Brandon Call, best known as JT from Step by Step. So you're basically JT from Step by Step.
Oh my God! Stop! No, we want to play the other one.
Spence and Brew ask him for help by playing 3 game encounters. The better the player performs in the game encounter, the more bonus will carry forward to the next encounter. Quote-unquote game only allows the player to choose one of the 3 quote-unquote game encounters. But yeah. Oh, and the fun fact, after seeing the pilot for Thunder in Paradise, the game's director, Robert Weaver, pitched the storyline to producer Michael Burke, and the footage for both the series episode and the game were filmed over 10 to 12 days using a 34-page linear script for the episode and a 134-page CDI script.
Hey, it takes a lot to make a video game like that.
It took 100 additional pages just for the game portion. And oh, the best part, hold on a second. And I remember, Mike, you commented about this. Hold on. Let me just the credits.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Jim the Anvil Neidhart's credit.
James Henry.
He's credited as his James Henry Neidhart. Playing the role of Norman. That is so great. Oh, and look at Russ Wheeler as the voice of Thunder.
And I like this. Trelawney, Kiki Shepard. Y'all know Kiki. Y'all know Kiki Shepard. Y'all know.
She's no Kiki Palmer. And also, oh, this is so great. Jimmy Hart playing the role of Jimmy. Yep, the mouth of the South. Who else would the mouth of the South play but a guy named Jimmy?
It's like Tony Danza playing just characters named Tony.
I just I just hope that at some point in the game, Jimmy Hart has that megaphone shouting instructions to the player. Turn around, guy! Shoot over here! Shoot over there! Come on, baby! Come on, baby! Get through this side through the lagoon! Come on, baby!
Oh my gosh. No, I can't top that. I'm not even going to try topping that. I'm just going to go right into. This is actually like a 3-game installment. And you're saying, well, why is it 3 games? Well, they share a common bond. And the 3 games I'm talking about are Jeopardy for the NES, Jeopardy for the SNES, and Family Feud for the SNES. Well, first off, the Jeopardy games, as you may expect, they're a slog to get through. They take some time to play because you need to type in your answers. But that's not the reason that I'm criticizing this game. This really isn't a criticism. This creates some amazing results. In the games, the Jeopardy game for the NES and the SNES, and Family Feud for the SNES, if you just have the letters in the right order in the answer, it'll give you credit. So what I mean by that, and we actually found this out, myself and a couple of buddies, we were doing, I think it was an extra live stream, maybe about 2 years ago, and somebody, I forget what the answer was, but they just typed in, I think it was like Joseph Stalin or Vladimir Lenin, and he was given credit for the correct answer. It must have been Vladimir Lenin, because the answer was men, M-E-N. And if you look at Vladimir Lenin, you have an M, then you have the E-N in Lenin. So it took the answer Vladimir Lenin as correct for men. So we have exploited this feature in Jeopardy games and in Family Feud games quite hilariously, maybe a little offensively, in terms of hiding the answer within the string of letters. So like, let's say, for instance, let's say the question was name a breed of dog, and let's say the answer is poodle, or one of the answers is poodle. If you type in pooped in the latrine, you have Poodle in order in that string, and it'll go ding, pooped in a latrine. Well, not pooped in a latrine, but it'll go poodle, 5 points or whatever it would be worth. It is hilarious what you could do with that, but also at the same time, big time flaw. And I'm sure if you look for different video game streams on YouTube and on Twitch, you can find people. And again, I've taken part in one such stream within the last 2 or 3 weeks. It gets darn funny depending on who's running the game. And you're not really even playing the game at that point. You're playing for laughs because, who'd really think, pooped in a latrine is a correct answer for name a breed of dog. So, and the thing is, I will tell you from my experience, the last time I played, if you have another answer in there, I think it chooses the other answer because one question, or maybe it chooses the first answer that's completed, because one of the questions I was asked was name a game played on a table, and I told my friend I wanted the answer I wanted was pool, and so he put in again. I think he put in pooped on my chest or something like that, or something related to that.
Oh, boy.
And well, there is a little bit more because obviously it's Pool and there's no L in pooped on my chest or something like that. But the answer came up on the game. This is during Fast Money as chess, CHESS, not pool. And I even mentioned to my friend, I said, yeah, I did say pool, not chess. And he's like, nothing I could do about that. And I think it's because I finished the word, or not necessarily I finished the word. I think it's because the person who typed in the word during this joke answer, the word chess was finished before the word pool. So it can backfire if you're aiming for a really good answer, but somehow within your answer is a moderately moderately worse answer. But also at the same time, that can produce some interesting results too. It didn't make a difference. It was during Fast Money. We won the 200 and yay. But that's, if you can find videos of that, again, people have exploited that feature or bug to hilarious results. And that's actually the only way we play Jeopardy and Family Feud for those systems from since we found out about it, because it makes the game a hell of a lot funnier. Well, I think that's it. I think we've done our 9 games for this round.
Yeah, I was going to throw in the 10th and press your luck, but the bit about Price is Right and Ludia pretty much covered it. So.
Oh, there's more to say about that, but that may have to say, that may have to be saved for the 3rd installment of It Was a Video Game based on a TV show. Yeah. So that may be coming down the pike. Maybe next Christmas. That might not be a bad idea. Make this sort of our Christmas tradition, besides doing deep dives like the one that we're going to be doing on this Thursday, but also like how every Thanksgiving we cover a Thanksgiving parade from 36 years ago.
Yeah.
So wait till Thanksgiving 2021, guys, because you're getting the 1985 Thanksgiving Day parade.
Oh, and you're also going to be getting something else that week.
Oh, no, don't give it away. Don't give it away.
It's glorious. I won't
but yeah,
say.
Oh, yes. But yeah, like I said, coming up on this coming Thursday is our little Christmas gift to you, which it's not going to be as surprising as Charles Styles Mystery Diners. It might be as long, if not longer than that. It's going pretty deep into something everybody's heard of, something that happened very recently. And yes, at least Greg and Chico plan on talking about it for longer than like an hour and 45 minutes. I don't know how much I'll be able to contribute, but I'll definitely have some stuff to say about it.
We have so much to say about it.
Yeah, but until that time, it's time to hit the power button on our game console. And thank you for listening to this installment of It Was a Thing on TV. And we'll be back the day before Christmas, the 24th, with this very special episode.
Wow!